and use a natural skin tone foundation on the face. Did we do it right? That's gonna have to do. I can't physically mess with this anymore. I think I'm gonna do this idea I came up with last week when I was decluttering my house and I found my old cosmetology book. Literally, this is the book that I learned cosmetology out of when I was in school. I've held on to it for 10 years. Don't ask me why. I'm kind of a hoarder. I thought it would be fun to try and do makeup correctly. I remember being in school and going over the makeup chapter and being appalled at what I saw. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, it scared me, and I was like, there's no physical way. But over time, you realize makeup is just makeup and you can take it off. So, you know, what's the worst that could happen? Chapter 23, facial makeup. Ooh, there's makeup color theory. I completely forgot about that. Determining skin color. This paragraph here says, when determining skin color, you must first decide if the skin is light, medium, or dark in level. Then determine whether the tone of the skin is warm or cool. You may not see skin colors truly in the beginning. Give yourself time to practice and develop your eye. So we have light, medium, or dark skin, and then we have warm undertones and cool undertones. Personally, I've never really followed any sort of rule or system. I kind of just have tried to see it. So under light skin and warm undertones, you have yellow, gold, or pale peach. And for cool undertones, there's pink or slightly ruddy or reddish or florid undertones. I've never heard that word in my life. It's interesting because I'm noticing that olive is not an option under light skin, and I am definitely light olive. My face always looks pink because of my hormones, but my neck in person is like light green. But it looks like for medium and deep, olive is under the cool toned category, which is weird. Okay, so it says that once you determine your level of skin and your undertone and your eye color, you choose complementary colors on the color wheel. So according to this, my eyes are kind of gray, but it only lists blue, green, or brown. So we'll go with blue because they are closer to blue. So complementary colors for blue eyes. Orange is the complementary color to blue because orange contains yellow and red. Shadows with any of these colors in them will make the eyes look bluer. Totes agree. Common choices include gold, warm orange browns like peach, copper, red browns, mauves, and plums, and neutrals like taupe or camel. I grew up with this girl who is probably to this day the most beautiful woman that I know personally. And when she first came to our school, I always noticed her eyeshadow because it would almost kind of match her eye color, and I hated it. Love her, okay? But I always wanted, looking at her eye color, I wished that the eyeshadow color would be more opposite of her eye color rather than match it. And I always think about that when I'm doing my own eyes or someone else's eyes. I kind of agree with what that says. You want something that complements it, not kind of clashes with it. Let's start with my eyes. Today, I'm really not feeling like applying a stark eye base to my eyes, so I'm actually just gonna use foundation. This is Maybelline, what's it called? Dream Urban Cover. This is the shade 115 Ivory. I like that it kind of has a brightening effect to it, like it's got some peachiness in it that gives it a brightness, but it's just a nice, soft, kind of sheery foundation. Not sheer, but it just doesn't look stark. Foundation grips your eyeshadow just as well. I don't know what I want to use on my eyes today. I was at Walgreens the other night and this stinking palette got me to spend my money on it. It was 15 doll hairs, Wet n Wild. And look at all these colors! And it's 32 colors. And I have always loved Wet n Wild shadows in the past, and I had to, okay? Get off my back. I also had this brush set. It's that time of year, guys. It's that time of year where I'm getting suckered into stuff. I'm not under any illusions here that these are going to compare to my Sigma brushes, but they're cute. There's beads in there. Look at it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with orange as my transition. A, because I like to, and B, because that's what the book said. Not very vibrant, huh, guys? Ooh, but it is blendy. I haven't used Wet n Wild shadows in a while. I used to love their little color icon palettes. It says yellow and red and orange and bronze and warm colors. Ooh, look at this one. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey girl, hey. Gotta use that for show. I just remembered something else I picked up from Wet n Wild not too long ago was this guy. They come out with these cream paint palettes around Halloween every year. And when I saw this one, I was super inspired because it inspired me to want to do a look inspired by my bird who's gray and red and white. But because there are not enough hours in the day, I haven't got around to it and it's just been sitting here. And right now I'm feeling like using that red. I just want to make sure it's not too much of a blue red. I don't want it to be too cool toned. And my eye is making me think it is. is, yeah, when you blend it out, it almost has a pink vibe to it. This one, this is the neutrals one, has this kind of odd color to it that is very intriguing. Yeah, maybe let's do that as a base. When in Rome, I love using cream bases under my eyeshadows. I used to do it almost 100% of the time, and I've just kind of fallen away from it, but you can just create entire beautiful looks with nothing but cream. I'm talking your whole face, eyes and face. In fact, that's another idea for a video. Cream colors like this are just so wonderful for dry, kind of crepey skin. And I mean, really even more wonderful if you have non-problematic skin. I'm just gonna dip that into my IT Cosmetics brush bath and just clean it off really quick on a towel that's on my lap. I do not like that stuff as much as I like my Cinema Secrets one, but it is all I have right now. These brushes are so cheap. Okay, I'm gonna take this guy right here. These colors don't really have names, which is fine. I don't really need them, but yeah. That's looking cute and blendy and warm, and I do actually kind of feel like my eyes got a little bit bluer and a little less gray, at least in person. You never know with my white palettes. All right, let's do that bomb diggity color I found right here. It's crazy textured, chunks on chunks on chunks, but I don't care at all. I feel like this is going to be a monochromatic kind of eye look. I kind of want to do this like really true yellow gold. I think I'll just take my pinky finger. I'm feeling a little silly lately because I feel like I have really liked almost every eyeshadow palette I've tried lately, probably the last, like, I don't know, 7. It's a little stressful because I enjoy reviewing these things and playing with them so much, but I have this huge fear of pushing you guys to spend your money on stuff, you know? So just remember, take what I say and what any other person on YouTube says with a grain of salt. I'm not a super critical person when it comes to makeup. I don't always analyze every detail of something. I kind of like a lot of stuff, so keep that in mind. Oops. I hear Kathleen Lights' voice coming from my living room. I was watching her video this morning, and I kind of feel like she's at my house and that we're best friends. All right, under the eye. I'm already feeling like this video is way too long. We're gonna go back in with that orange. We're gonna go with this red cream that I talked about earlier that I said I wasn't gonna use because the color wouldn't work. And we're keeping it toy, like a toiger. Yeah, it's a little too much of a blue red, but just slightly. I mean, I still think it works, you know? Oh, I just made it weird. Yeah, I feel like that's cute. It's enough red. I had to use red because it said it in the book. Snap. This is lit. Some liner and lashes and we'll move on to the face. I'm really excited to see what Milady has to say. This is Milady. Okay, now this is where I remember just wigging out when I learned this. So now you're supposed to analyze the face shape to determine how you want to apply like the base. And right here, this is really what this says, okay? The oval shaped face. The artistically ideal proportions and features of the oval face are the standard to which you will refer when learning the techniques of corrective makeup application. So basically they're saying an oval face shape is ideal and any other face shape should be corrected to become oval. So for example, a jaw that is wider than the forehead characterizes a pear-shaped face. Corrective makeup can be applied to create width at the forehead and slenderize the jawline and add length to the face. So basically, according to this, you should want your face to be long and oval. I wonder if they're still using this book. I don't really know what my face shape is. I think it is long and oval. Or is it oblong? It kind of also looks like her. Oh yes. Okay, yes, the oblong face has greater length in proportion to width than the square or the round face. It is long and narrow. I don't really think my face is narrow, but I guess if you consider all things proportionately compared to the rest of my body, maybe it is. I don't know. It's definitely long. So it's basically kind of giving the standard contour tips that we all kind of use and know. It's just taking it a little bit of a step further by telling you that you want to kind of create an illusion of like a perfectly oval face. There's another chapter in there about procedure, and it says foundation, concealer, powder. It doesn't say anything about contour. So I think I'm just gonna apply the contour and then fill my foundation in over that. You know, the reverse foundation technique, if you will. I'm gonna do it pretty dramatically, kind of like the photos show. So I'm gonna take this MAC full coverage foundation in NW45. Okay, so if I'm oblong and I want to be more oval, we are going to minimize the forehead, kind of shorten the face a little bit. Woo! It also says to minimize your double chin, which we all know I have. I never ever do this though because I just don't really think it works on me. I think if you have even the slightest jawline, this totally works. But on me, my chin literally goes straight to my neck, even when I'm thinner. I feel like I have kind of an odd placement of fat right there. So while I don't think this will work, we're gonna do it anyway. And to shorten my face, I am gonna go a little higher up than I normally would. I look oval. All right, now let me just blend that with like a Siggy. All right, I'm just softening that with this Sigma brush here. Give me an idea of how things are looking. Oh, and you know what? I wonder if I can make my neck smaller because I hate how big my stinking neck is. Like maybe I can just cut some of it off. Okay, and then it looks like also you should correct the typical like cheekbone areas that we all kind of normally do when we contour. And this is not in the book, but when I do this, instead of going to the top of my ear, I angle it just up slightly. I just think it looks so much better from the side when you like turn your head. There's something about going straight back. It doesn't work for me. Okay, what do you think? Do I look more oval? Do I look like the ideal person? Ooh, if you have a long, thin neck, it says you can apply a lighter foundation on the neck than on the face, and this will create fullness and counteract the long, thin appearance of the neck. But why? And I just realized for a sagging double chin, use a darker foundation on the sagging portion and use a natural skin tone foundation on the face. Did we do it right? Now right here, it says to contour the sides of your nose if you have a broad nose, which I kind of do, not necessarily up here, but I do feel like it gets a little big down there. Apply a dark foundation to the sides of the nose and nostrils, and avoid getting the dark tone into the laugh lines because it will accentuate them. The foundation must be carefully blended to avoid visible lines. So again, this is kind of not new information, but I guess I never really heard anyone say and the nostrils. Like I don't really remember learning that. So try that. It doesn't really say how far to go in, you know? So I'm just gonna do what I think, what I would like my nose to look like. And this time I'm gonna get it on me nostril, which is weird to me. Man, makeup is just so crazy. It's so much fun to play with because it's like creamy. Like you can keep working with it until you have the look you want. People are always telling me like, why don't you try painting? Why don't you try painting? Why don't you try drawing? And I'm like, it's too much commitment. I don't got a makeup wipe where I can just wipe it off if I make a mistake. Dude, this is lit. This is lit, bro. So my laugh line is right here and it says not to go into that. So I'm just gonna like kind of erase that line without going down here. I feel like I kind of need to blend it up this way too, and maybe even right here a little bit. Ooh, wait, whoa. No, gosh, I would love to try this on other people, but there's never time, you know? Like doing a wedding, you don't get to do all these cool techniques. You're on a time crunch. Okay, so for lips, it says not just to overdraw them with your lip liner, but to contour around them to create fullness. My lips are pretty full, but I just want to see if this works. I'm not trying to say that my lips are thin or anything. Nobody panic. I do feel like when I smile and I laugh really hard, like my top lip goes away. And I do feel like sometimes I don't like how much distance I have right here from my nose to my lip. I know it's crazy nitpicky, I know. But I always kind of wish it was, I don't know, like that. So we'll see if this trick works. This one from Sigma, the E30. I don't get this. It basically just follows your shape, kind of. Yes, done. How big can we get them, girls? Dude, no lie, in person, on top especially, that literally made my upper lip look 100 times bigger and close this gap that I hate a little bit. Now, how do I blend that though without just turning it into a moustache? Just blend it like this. Oh my god, this is so funny. It's really making me want to like do some special effects makeup. Dude, my lips look huge right now in person. Okay, so I feel like if I keep this shading right here, but kind of take it away right here, it will avoid the mustache look, but maintain that full lip look. Yes, yes. Okay, I get where this is going. I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. And even though it looks crazy to you guys right now, just wait. Okay. Okay. Apply foundation. So when you're satisfied with your choice, place a small amount of the foundation on a palette in the palm or on the back of your hand using the tips of your fingers or a cosmetic sponge. Apply sparingly and evenly over the entire face. Start at the center of the face and blend with outward and downward motions. How about we mix Maybelline Urban Dream Cover in 115 Ivory and W3 from L'Oreal True Match. Okay, it says to start at the center of the face, work outward and downward. And it said to use it sparingly, which is totes fine with me. Simply amazing. Do I have two identical zits right here? Fun. Now I'm just gonna like kind of tap over what I did here. Oh, I should have used this. I should have given that another try. Man, stupid person. I'm just gonna kind of rock it back and forth, blend that nose contour a little bit. It's funny because it's like, I feel like, oh no, it's gonna cover up all that contouring I did, but it doesn't really. It just kind of covers it up a little so it's not so dramatic, but then kind of neutralizes the orangeness to it and ultimately just makes it look a little more natural, a little more wearable, you know? Even like the double chin thing, I kind of, like I feel like it doesn't look that bad. All right, now it says to apply concealer. Usually using a brush or fingertips, apply the concealer lightly where needed. Blend in with a patting motion. Okay, not entirely new information, but I do find it interesting that they said to apply with a patting motion, maybe using your fingertips. I'm gonna use the MAC, what is this called? The Studio Finish Concealer. We're going to apply it lightly. This stuff is like crazy full coverage though. I probably got too much. That's not right. I've applied concealer like this plenty of times. I feel like we all have, like by just using our finger. So again, not necessarily new information, but just interesting that this is what is written in the cosmetology book. And really this is actually talking about how to do it on someone else. So that's interesting, you know, that they're kind of suggesting you use your finger. That's kind of cool. Just bring the chin forward a little bit. By the way, this shade is NC20. Man, I'm just not loving the nose contour situation. I feel like I never do. I never quite do it right, you know. All right, now it says to apply powder, which is typically like the order I would go in anyway. It does make me a little sad though, because I kind of like how things are looking and I don't really want to, but those are the rules. I'm gonna use the Pure Bake powder from Makeup Obsession. I find this powder to be very blurring, kind of removes my pores nicely. Kind of feel like that slightly took away coverage on me today, just right in the cheek area. Now it says to go in with your eyes, which I have already done, so we're skipping over that. So next it says to apply cheek color. Okay, now it says you apply outward and upward toward the temples. Up here, I'm gonna dip into this kind of little rosy pink color from my Sigma palette. It's called Pinkin'. So smile and up towards the temples. That's weird. It's weird to me. But yet, did that just kind of look amazing? Kind of blends in with your contour. I thought that sounded really weird to sweep the blush up to the temple, but I'm kind of feeling it because it like blends in with the contour. Bronzer is not listed in this little section, but I am going to add some. In addition to what we did with the contouring, I'm going to add a little bronzer. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. It's a little bit cooler in tone to me than like what I used to contour with. I'm just taking the same brush here, and I just figure it won't hurt. I'm working in layers here, you know. Side of the forehead here. I'm feeling pretty snatched. Outline the lips from the outer corners in, and then apply liner on the lips. Don't get it. Well, let me go back to like the corrective page because I want to know what they say about lip colors. So according to this, current fashion is what dictates both the color and the application of lipstick. After placing the lip color on the brush, begin by applying at the outer corners and work toward the middle. Repeat on the opposite side. Connect the center peaks using rounded strokes following the natural lip line. So this says to coordinate the cheek and lip colors with the same color family. So since I did warm colors on my eyes, I'm going to keep it in the warm family on the lips. I'm gonna do Gerard Cosmetics in the color Mercury Rising. We'll work around the outer corners in. I feel like using a lip brush. And we're doing rounded strokes on the top lip. I'm just gonna do a couple more things for fun that have nothing to do with what the book says. I'm gonna take one of my all-time favorite current lipstick formulas, the Rimmel Lasting Finish Extreme Lipstick. This is in the color Lit. This formula is insane. I'm gonna add it to the outer edges here just to get like a slightly different look. Slightly, like you're barely even gonna notice. I'm gonna take this color Pop Gloss in the color Phew, like in the center. Now, funny enough, I perused this whole chapter and I don't see anything about highlighting the top of the cheekbones. I do want to highlight, so I'm gonna do kind of an old school method. I'm gonna take MAC Shell, kind of like as a base, beautiful on its own also. Didn't realize this was gonna be such a MAC filled day. And then we're gonna take MAC again, sorry, Silver Dusk. I have a memory of this like being discontinued or something. You know what's funny is when I turn sideways and I see this kind of cool toned silvery pink highlight against this eye look, I kind of feel like it doesn't work. So having finished my whole face, I don't really see like a huge difference in what I would normally do other than a couple things. The double chin, I can definitely tell on camera that I have more of a jawline. I kind of want to like snatch it even more, like right under here, you know, where it's real prominent. The other thing I noticed that I'll definitely be trying again is sweeping the blush kind of towards your temples. I don't know that I've ever really done that. I kind of just focus it on the apples and lightly feather it back, but sweeping it all the way really meshed it with the bronzer, I feel like. I also kind of like the shading on the upper lip. It is a little weird on camera, but in person, it really just made my lip look like that, like how I wanted it to. Like it gave me a little flip, a little lip flip. I would totally use that tip again. I definitely don't agree with this whole concept that like the ideal face shape is oval, but as I was doing it, I understood kind of what they were trying to say because I noticed that I was contouring a lot of the areas I would contour anyway. My face in person looks really, really short. It's crazy what that underneath did. I can't necessarily say I've ever wished my entire face was shorter, but I've definitely like tried to slenderize my forehead before, attempted to contour my double chin, and I always kind of try and contour my cheekbones to give the appearance of a thinner face. So the wording was a little weird, but if you have a square face or a round face or a heart-shaped face, I hope that nothing like that has ever made you want to, you know, change your own face shape. I still had fun. I learned a couple new things. I got a refresher on like color theory. So let me know what comments and questions you have. I'm curious to see how you guys feel about this. I love you very much. Thank you for all of your continued support. Thanks for clicking on this video if you're new or if you've been around for a while. I appreciate the click and the view. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Here we go. Stepping on leprechauns. Y'all getting hit in a boom boom. Ember, I know you're having fun and all with that little wrapper, but could you not? Might just be like my real actual mustache coming through. So à cause de ça, because of that. See, this is what happens every time. I set my custom white balance. I use a gray card. I literally follow the directions to a T. I even had my aunt and cousin help me, and they are literal professional photographers. And I hit record and everything is orange. Who had dreams just like mine? And in a dusty old attic, one morning I raised